Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As we listen to the 28th juzz of the Quran today on March 28th, in Surah Al-Hashr, let's reflect on an ayah where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about a social reality in the time of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu and the environment that Muhammad sallallahu found himself in when he arrived in Medina. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions, والذين تبوأوا الدار والإيمان من قبلهم يحبون من هاجر إليهم ولا يجدون في صدورهم حاجة مما أوتوا ويؤثرون على أنفسهم ولو كان بهم خصاصة. Allah talks about the muhajirun who left behind their homes and everything they owned to immigrate for Allah and His Messenger to the city of Medina. And obviously when they arrived in Medina they met the Ansar. These were a group of people who had love of Allah and His Messenger in their hearts, and they had love of their fellow believers. Allah mentions they were willing to share and to part with whatever they had for the assistance of their brothers and their sisters. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَيُؤْثِرُونَ عَلَى أَنفُسِهِمْ وَلَوْ كَانَ بِهِمْ خَصَاصَةً. They preferred others over themselves even if they had a little on their own. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَمَنْ يُوقَ شُحَّ نَفْسِهِ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. The one who is able to rid his soul of miserliness and of stinginess is the one who is successful. Meaning, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is giving us the example of the Ansar and how they treated the Muhajirun, and He is teaching all of us, me and you, today in 2022, that if you want to be successful, you have to develop that generous spirit. And this is a lesson from this story or from this incident in the life of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the incident that brings to our mind how the Ansar welcomed the Muhajirun. If you want to learn from it, as Allah mentions in the Quran, then what you can learn from it is you need to develop a generous spirit. Be somebody who is selfless, willing to help, ready to sacrifice, to share whatever you have with somebody who doesn't have. Share whatever extra you have with somebody who is lacking their basic needs. Anything that you have that you are blessed with, you should be, ready and willing to part with it for the benefit of someone else who is in need. And this is something that is very, very important. It is from the qualities and from the characteristics that Islam heavily promotes, and that is the characteristic of al-karam, or of generosity. It's in the Islamic culture, it is in our tradition, and it is something that the Muslim must have as part of their DNA. And walillahi alhamd, by far and wide majority of the Muslimin, you find them very generous. Muslim societies are generous by nature. It is well known that if you go to Muslim countries or Muslim communities, you will find lots of hospitality, lots of generosity. When we have a gathering, there is food for everyone and some more. When we have a happy occasion, we celebrate and share our happiness with everybody in the community. That alhamdulillah, this is a form of goodness that remains in the Ummah of Islam. But let's inshallah, as we approach the month of Ramadan, let us make a commitment that we will be more generous than ever, inshallah. As the Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam, his wife Sittina Aisha radiallahu anha said, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was a generous man, and he used to become even more generous in the month of Ramadan. Just a quick announcement for all of you, alhamdulillah, after lots of effort with the help of Allah, the Canadian Islamic Center is now a registered charity in Canada. We have the ability to issue tax receipts, and this is a huge blessing, walillahi alhamd. And we now have reached a level where we are actively looking for supporters of the Islamic Center. Our immediate target, inshallah, is to find 30 brothers or sisters who Allah has blessed them financially. They are either doing well in their career or they are succeeding in their business. Whatever it might be, they are somehow, blessed and they are doing well. We are hoping, inshallah, that at least 30 of them can come forward and give us $1,000 each. They will get a tax receipt in return. And inshallah, this will go towards making sure that we have, 95% of our rent for the year ahead, for the next 12 months, inshallah. What is the benefit for supporting the Canadian Islamic Center? The benefit is, it is a good deed. Allah will reward you. And on top of that, in this life, you will be a supporter of free Islamic education, because here at CIC, We are very proud to provide the highest quality of Islamic education to all, free of charge from coast to coast, all the way from Edmonton and other cities in Alberta, across the nation, through Calgary, through Manitoba, through different parts of Ontario, stretching into Quebec, all the way to Nova Scotia. We have students, walillahi alhamd, from all across the country. They are studying the Arabic language. Children are learning, the seerah of the Prophet ﷺ and the akhlaq of the Muslim. We have, our sisters studying the fiqh of Islam so they can know how to practice their deen, and they can teach their children how to practice their deen. And they are doing this, mashallah, with Dr. Mona, who is a qualified scholar of Islamic fiqh. And we have, alhamdulillah, lots of services that we are ready to provide to the community. But of course, we have to make sure our doors stay open and the lights can remain turned on. Inshallah, with your help, take this message and spread it to your contacts. Hopefully, inshallah, during the month of Ramadan, we will reach a level where we are self-sufficient and we have our expenses covered for the year ahead. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless all of you until we meet again tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.